Welcome to The Happy Writer, a show about creating and sustaining a long-term author career. My name is Patty Jansen, writer of science fiction and fantasy. I've published independently since 2011. This show covers motivation, diversification, learning new skills, and your place in your career. Come on in and be happy. In episode 53 of The Happy Writer, I'm talking about some tips for running promotions. This will be an episode that is for relative beginners. Although you may also get some ideas if you have run a couple of promotions or you're finding it hard to understand how to best use them, or if you find that promotion sites don't accept your book. I also have to admit that some of this episode comes from a bit of self-interest. I run a very small promotions newsletter for science fiction and fantasy books called the eBookaroo. I don't charge authors to be featured because the main reason for running the list is that I want to have a venue for promoting my own books. But this does mean that I do see some of the things that commercial promotion sites will also be seeing. Okay, so here goes. How to run promotions, how to make sure that the sites like working with you, and how to use these promotions from your end. And to clarify, I'm talking about small sites. I'm probably even talking about running cross-promotions with other authors. I am not necessarily talking about the big gorilla of promotions, BookBub. Most importantly, when you apply for promotions, make sure that they actually accept books in your genre, especially if you write something like non-fiction, because not all sites accept that. The same with erotica. Look at what genres the site covers. If they don't cover yours, then don't just submit it, just in case, because they might change their minds. No, if they don't take the genre, then look for another site, because you will just annoy the site owners and waste everyone's time. Then look at whether they accept or have provisions for the type of promotion you want to run. If they only do promotions for free books, then don't submit a book that's paid. The site will accept your book, and then will find that your book is not free on the day, and a lot of annoyance will ensue. In general, make a habit of reading the instructions very well. Yes, often the instructions are kind of petty and annoying. It may come to you as a surprise, but most of the site owners are not rich. They have lives and jobs. Running this site does not make them great wads of money, and their time and patience is limited. So read the instructions and do as they say. If the instructions annoy you, or your book doesn't fit, then don't submit. There are plenty of other sites. I, in particular, get annoyed by sites that insist that I rewrite my blurb, and I can't copy one that is up on the retailers. I often spend hours crafting the blurb that is up on retailers, and they want me to come up with a different one in 5 minutes. Hard pass. But that is just for me. When you go to submit the book, make sure that you actually put everything in the right boxes. Put your name where your name is supposed to go, your title where your title is supposed to go. It's extremely common that people mess things up. I don't know how many other sites automate their page creation, but I have more than once put out a newsletter where the author name was in the title in big letters on the page. Fill out the form carefully. Surprisingly, there are repeat offenders. Submission forms will ask for your links. They might also ask for your ASIN. This is the number that Amazon gives to your books. It's a 10-digit number that at the moment starts with the letter B. So if you're in the UK, it might be a good idea to copy the Amazon US link. Unless you're in the UK, if you're viewing an Amazon UK link, the page won't display properly and won't show the price. Site owners often check the price on the day before the promotion. Make sure that you get correct links to all the retailers. With Barnes & Noble, make sure that your link goes to the ebook and not the print book. The ebook will have an EAN in the URL. You can make Apple links with a tool called Apple Link Maker in the Apple Toolbox. If you use an aggregator to get to Apple, they will have a place where you can copy the link. You can also just Google iTunes or Apple Books and then the name of the author. It brings up a full list of your books. With Google Play, make sure you copy the Google Play link and not the Google Books link. Nobody can do anything with a Google Books link, and it will probably just end up being deleted. If the site asks for an image link, use one from the retailers, just to be safe. Don't use Dropbox or Google Drive links because they're not open to everyone. On Kobo, use the book page, not the search results page. If you go to Kobo and search for your name, a list of your books comes up. Click your name, and you've got a list of books. You then have to click through to the individual book and copy that URL. If you hold affiliate accounts to any of these retailers, it is considered utterly rude to copy links with your affiliate code appended, unless the list site says this is fine. Don't use link cloaking like Reader Links or Genius Links, Getbook or bit.ly links. You can't see what is underneath those links, and your entry will be deleted. The issue with these links is that a site very often makes a little bit of extra money from displaying affiliate links. And also, there are places like in emails where you are not allowed to have affiliate links. You might say, but the links are going to my affiliate account. Yes, but it is still the site that they will be displayed on. Just copy clean links. On the subject of clean links, you also want to get rid of all the crud that sites, but especially Amazon, puts at the end of your book URL that identifies how and where they got to this book. This is what a list site means when they want clean links. On Amazon, the cleanest link is through your KDP dashboard. Click through to your library, and at the top there will be a button that allows you to get to all the individual stores. Copy the US link. The URL will be fairly short. It won't have title information, just the site name, and then DP for direct publishing, and then the number that starts with B, that is the ASIN code. You can already see that if you are going to do a lot of promotions, it would be handy to have all this information in a spreadsheet for each of your books. In that case, just go back to the episode where I talk about how to deal with book admin and download the free spreadsheet that I have made for the purpose of keeping up with your book admin. You can add columns as you wish. Most of the list sites only ask for 5 retailers at the most. It's becoming a little bit more common that they allow you to put a link for your own website as well. In this case, they want a place where people can buy the book, not merely the landing page. Some of the list sites also include links for audio. Make sure that you understand whether they want Amazon audio or Audible audio links. I don't know why they're different, since Amazon owns Audible, but there we are. In a way, Audible links are easier because they automatically channel the person who clicks the link to their local store. If you're listening to this, you probably already know what the blurb of the book is. It is the short description of the book that you enter when you first upload the book. It would be a little description of how the book begins, followed by a teaser. If yours is overly long, and I might do a section about blurbs later, then just copy the bit that describes the story. Don't copy all the glowing reviews or any of the weird formatting, because it will likely mess up the promotion site's formatting. When it comes to the date of the promotion, you do have a few sites that will allow you to book at fairly short notice. Freebooksy is one of these, and it's a site I would recommend, even if it's also not really cheap. But most of the sites require their bookings at least a few weeks to 1 month in advance. This allows you to make the booking and then set the price when they accept you. If you want to make sure that the price is actually at the agreed amount on the day, I highly recommend that you run the promotion for a few days. On all sites except Amazon, you can schedule promotions and your book will automatically go to the agreed price. But Amazon only allows you to do this when you're in KU. Even so, I would still use the full 5 days for a free promotion or 7 days for a countdown promotion. Remember that countdown promotions apply only to the US or UK, and that you have to enter these separately, so you may not want to submit to those international sites. As an aside, my little list site doesn't even accept them. I have many subscribers outside those countries, and rest assured you do not want to deal with annoyed South Africans. So, if you schedule a promotion for at least a number of days, it would be a good idea to try and get some more promotions for that time. I also suggest leaving this price at this level for a few days, because many people don't open their emails on the first day. By my estimate, only 2/3 of them do. You don't want to miss out on any momentum you are going to get from the money you spent on promotions, so schedule another promotion for the next day. This requires some planning, so it's always a good idea to plan these promotions at least a couple of weeks in advance to make sure that the sites that you really like still have room and they have time to reply. Remember, as I said, most of these sites are run by people who have day jobs. Another word of caution. I guess most people are sensible, but every now and then a few people will become demanding or will ask for reasons why you didn't accept the book. Most of the time, books are refused because of a few reasons, and in the first place, and most importantly, is there was no room. The author left it too late, or the site has too many submissions for a particular time slot already. This is by far the most common reason that books don't get accepted. A second reason is because the book didn't meet their requirements. That's going to be for a variety of reasons, including that the author didn't read the instructions and submitted something in the wrong genre, or if all the fields that I've just been talking about were filled in incorrectly. And while the book looks okay, it would just take too much time to find the Google Play links instead of the Google Books links, to copy a link for the Barnes & Noble e-book instead of the print book, to find the ASIN instead of the ISBN, to copy and paste the blurb from Amazon, to get rid of the affiliate codes at the end of the links, and if you're still with me, you can see why many of the sites just delete the application rather than feature the book. Make it easy for them, okay? Another subsection of didn't meet requirements is also that the cover or the blurb or indeed the look inside are of substandard quality. For my own submissions, I always check the look inside. Other sites require a certain number of reviews. This can be gamed, of course, so I would never want to rely on this. But most sites will make sure that the book is of adequate quality and the cover is something that they will want to display on their site. Most importantly, please realize that when a site doesn't accept your book, this is usually not about your book. It is because they were oversubscribed. Many of the sites go through waves of submissions. They may have a lot of submissions for a particular week, but not quite as many for the next. This is why it pays to leave a decent window open for them to choose. All sites love getting good submissions that look like they are a good deal. Make sure that if you are going to submit a discounted book, that you don't discount a short story for 99 cents because that's not really a discount. Make sure that you leave the date window quite wide so that the site can shift you around to a place where they don't have as many submissions. Make sure that when you don't get accepted, you don't take this as a rejection of your work. Definitely don't start arguing with them because they will just put you on a blacklist. Just try again some other time. When you're finding it repeatedly hard to get accepted by sites, then you may need to revisit your book. Most likely, you will need to do something about the cover. On the subject of reviews, it is true that many sites will ask for some reviews, but not all. So first start with the ones that don't. You might also drive to get some reviews by giving your book for free at BookFunnel or Story Origin, which has a program that allows people to download and review, and many of the other review sites. Many sites are less fussy about free books than they are about paid books. Start with the promotion sites that don't require reviews. Many sites will also accept a book without reviews if you have other books in your catalogue that do have reviews, and if the book in question is quite new. At any rate, do as they say, follow the instructions, If they require reviews, don't submit a book without, but find an ARC team for you to write some reviews, or just use sites that don't require reviews. So there you go. These are some thoughts about getting accepted and best practices when submitting a book to book promotion sites. After a while, you will get the hang of it. In the next episode, I will talk about the different types of series and how to plan them and use them in promotions. Thank you for listening to the Happy Writer Show. Check out links and information about other episodes on my website at pattyjansen.com, where you can also find out about my books. You can support me by subscribing to the show or on Patreon at patreon.com/pattyjansen.